Here we go.
There it is.
This guy.
There's something wrong. Yeah, I got something wrong with my headphone. I don't know.
Oh my God. You need a tech guy out there.
I do. You know anybody?
Not for what you would pay.
No, yeah, there is no pay.
Handshakes and hot dogs.
That's all you get here.
Yeah, what are you doing? What is that noise?
I was putting some spinach away.
It sounds like you're fucking scooping ice or something.
It was spinach, but I haven't eaten today. I was going to try to eat, and then you called.
Oh, I called at the time that we agreed to. Like, why would you then decide to eat at that time when that is the agreed upon time with which to do your Furlough Files episode?
I don't know, because it's my show.
All right. Well, I guess we'll hear you chomping spinach all day.
Yeah.
All right. Since it's your show, take it away.
Well, I don't know what you got on the plate today.
Oh, I
got anything exciting? I have a couple things.
Okay. Maybe they intersect.
I mean, I feel like we need to start off hot. We need to start off pissing off Fat Marco.
Fat Marco. So we're jumping right into Operation Fat Marco?
I think we have to.
Okay. Well,
we've got a couple topics. It's not just one topic today.
Operation Fat Marco, I will say, is in full swing.
Full swing.
Let's start here. This morning, we had a bunch of calls, and we were trying to decide which truck was going north and which one was going south. And since I ride with hashtag Fat Marco, he made the mistake of mentioning Miramar, which is our favorite, not my favorite, our favorite. Jesus, with the noise, man.
How do you hear that?
What do you mean, how do I hear it? How do I not hear it? You're banging and clanging over there.
Unbelievable. Go ahead.
Jesus, it really is unbelievable. So he mentioned the place and then resisted wanting to go down there. I'm like, no, we're going. And then the whole ride down, I'm not getting anything. I'm not eating anything. You guys are, I'm going to prove you wrong, get you off your high horses, blah, blah, blah. We get there, and of course, he ends up buying 4 empanadas. And then then I got some good pictures of him eating them, which might end up on TikTok. But he eats 2 of them, and then there's 2 left in the truck all day, which is he's saving for dinner. So his rationalization is, this is all I'm going to eat, but I couldn't go there and not get these. So we'll see. But
you know what I find funny about that, though?
What's that?
He didn't first he's in denial. We know that, right? There's a denial factor there.
Right.
The second thing is, to go and maybe get 1, 2, he got 4. As if that to me is super denial now. I'm not getting anything. Okay, I can't go and not get anything. Let me just go all out and get 4. I feel like he has a problem.
But he's pretending that that's all he's going to eat all day is those 4 empanadas.
Right.
But
we know that's not true.
I'll tell you one thing. I grabbed that bag of empanadas at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and just started huffing it. It smelled so good.
Really?
Yeah, he started getting mad at me. So that's in full swing. But he's also really upset about it. You can tell that we may have tipped it too far and motivated him. I think we're 1 more rib away, whether it's me sneaking a box of chocolate donuts into the truck or posting a mean TikTok fat shaming him. We are 1 rib away from him getting a new gym membership.
Well, and here's the thing, so nobody knows this, but you sent a picture this morning to our group message of him. And I zoomed in, cropped it where it was just his little muffin top, and just left it there. And his shot back, I don't know if you noticed this, what was his shot back at me?
I think it was something like, you motherfuckers or something. I don't know.
No, his shot back was like, AJ, like Charles, the Hurricane, and your TikTok meet. Like he was taking a shot at the meet and greet thing.
Oh, like one has anything to do with the other.
Right. And I'm like, that's great. You're still Fat Marco.
I posted those pictures, and I took them in the wrong order. I didn't take them in the wrong order, but when I took them, there's 2 photos. There's one of him eating, and there's one of him looking surprised that I'm taking a picture of him. if you put them in the opposite order if I took them, it's almost like I got a picture of him eating and then a picture of him reacting to it. It's a pretty funny narrative, and it may end up on TikTok. It may end up on TikTok.
I think it should.
I think it should too. I'm just debating whether I want to push him over the edge or if we can ride this out a little more. So there's that. Speaking of Fat Marco, do you want to talk about the haircut picture?
But before we get to the haircut picture,
okay.
I just thought of something.
Yeah.
You are pushing him because you're afraid you're going to be the fat bastard of the group.
Listen,
I feel like I'm out of the running right now.
Oh God.
I feel like this is the race. The race to the fattest member is you and Fat Marco.
Don't sprain your arm patting yourself on the back, Barry Horowitz. Okay.
I really feel that it's the race to the next eating contest, weight loss contest.
It might be an eating contest.
It might be, right. I feel like I'm out. I'm out of the running.
I feel like I'm afraid to get on a scale and find out I'm right back where I started with the weight loss competition with you. I need to feel a little more secure in my waistline before I start really pushing him hard, because I really want to at least have a lead on him before before we hit him too hard and motivate him, because I really do need someone else to be the fattest. Listen, you had a nice reign. I mean,
I did.
You really sat on that throne for a while, and I really don't. I don't want the weight that comes with that crown. I don't want to be the fattest guy of the group.
It's an uncomfortable place to be.
Yeah, I've skated around that for a while.
Right.
I used to have Jackie to depend on, and then you, and somehow you got your life in order. So
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, and by the way, listen, we all get what you're doing when you kind of like put yourself over for being so thin and fit and all that. We're not. Nobody needs it.
Where? Like your team?
Yeah.
Team Grumpy Ben? Where you guys?
Team Grumpy.
Are you guys having like conference calls, like Zoom meetings?
We've
discussing this.
We all agree that it's a little much. We get it. Well, all right, we get it.
I feel like you have two people on your team. It's you and Paula and maybe Chrissy.
I feel like there are just people, kind of like voters, that don't want to admit publicly which team they're on, but quietly have picked their side and or whatever. Listen, we're like earlier when we're talking and you're like bragging about having to buy 45-pound weights now because you're stepping it up. We don't need to hear all this. I don't need it. It's
you're gonna need it soon, because if he gets motivated, you're the fattest guy in the group.
Yeah, but I don't have the 45-pound weights.
You're gonna have to step it up soon. I think your strategy right now is to overly feed him, but you're not. You're worrying about the competition, but you're not worrying about yourself.
This is true.
And what's gonna happen is next thing you know, he's gonna be quietly and sneakily getting in shape. The next thing you know, he's going to be like, "Oh, I'm 215," and you're going to be like, "Oh no."
I'm going to be like, we're going to be out on the truck, and I'll be dealing with the customer, and I'll turn around, and I'll catch him doing push-ups.
Right, and you're like, "What were you doing?" He's like, "Nothing."
Nothing.
Nothing.
I thought I dropped my pen under the truck. Yeah. So, fuck. I know. Maybe I'll just. All right. I'm not going to eat for 24 hours. Let's see how that goes.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe I'll take some, what is that, magnesium citrate?
Citrate, right.
And just worry about my later years. So
I don't know.
So I think this is important to get to, is because we're on the topic of Marco and how fat he is. His wife gave him a haircut yesterday.
The way you just said that is I couldn't help but laugh. You said you just said his wife. It wasn't even what you said. It's the way you said it. You just said, I can't even stop laughing. You said his wife gave him a haircut, as if and it's funny because when you said it, I picture in my head is the picture that they posted with his face up close when you said that.
Listen, I'm going to just tell everyone to tune in Saturday, because there is going to be an in-depth discussion of this haircut. I got details today about it that had me rolling on the floor laughing. I can't. I mean, I gotta. That's his content, but
Right.
the
Gotta
fun,
save it for
the
his
funny
show.
thing was that he was talking like, yeah, like for a week now, she wants to give me
Right.
a haircut. We keep going by these haircut places. He's like, I can't get a haircut. She wants to do it. I mean, I'll probably most likely just get a real haircut the next day, but I'm gonna let her do it once so that she can bury herself and we could settle this once and for all that she's not giving me any more haircuts. He basically was giving her the opportunity to fuck it up.
Fuck it up.
To
Right.
fuck it up.
So how did it look?
I mean, I didn't notice he had a haircut, to be honest with you. I like, when I walked to the truck in the morning and I saw him there, I was looking for the quote haircut. And I was
Right.
thinking, I don't know, maybe I don't just, we're guys. We work together. I don't
Right.
really look him over every day to notice anything different. So, plus we wear hats while we're working, all that bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't notice that he had gotten a haircut.
Wow. You're gonna get heat for this
I
comment
mean,
because
I
Marvin's
know
listening.
there's the pipeline that goes right back to the top.
Right.
the top.
Our number one fan
I mean,
is listening.
maybe she trimmed his neck up. I don't know. I don't know what was done. But again, I didn't like take a mental before snapshot. You know what I mean? I didn't like
Right.
pause and say, "Let me soak this in," so tomorrow I can notice what's different. But I just didn't. I didn't really. I didn't really know. I didn't like say anything at the time. But yeah. So, anyways,
Oh.
they posted this haircut photo on Facebook. And
Right.
honestly, like I said, I didn't know any difference. So the only reason you could tell he had a haircut in the photo was that it was kind of like a neck up shot, but you could see a little bit of his shoulders, and you could see there were like little hair clippings on him.
Hair. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was the only way you knew. But I tagged you in the photo because I figured we could
Right.
have a good chuckle about it. And I'll let you take it from there.
Well, so my comment was, and I don't get to put a little context, but I guess behind this
Yes.
comment too,
Yeah,
though,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Sure.
So there's a wrestler that we've talked about him on the show before because Ben still owes me. Grumpy Ben still owes me a.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
Right, you
Like-
lost to me in the weight loss contest. Now you got to wear a Disco Inferno shirt and say, "Disco Inferno, you're the best wrestler ever. I love you, and you're great."
Wow, you really had that
So-
scripted out.
Right.
Yeah.
So we still have to. That bet is still in place.
And he and I still feud. Like 2 days ago, he
Right.
went on one of my Facebook posts and told me to shut up. So it's still
Right.
a hot, heavy back and forth we have.
Right. It's not going anywhere. And someone's ringing my doorbell.
Oh, it's a
Who's
lot.
ringing my door? Oh, it's a little child. It's a little child, and she's looking in my window.
Don't
Who
press.
are you, child? And why are you looking in my window?
Don't press your ass against the window.
No, she's literally like, I watch this. You ready? You guys are gonna live.
Yeah.
I just gave her the finger,
Whose child was it?
the index finger. I
Oh.
told her to wait. I don't know. She must be one of the kids looking for Lex. I have no idea.
Oh, you
She's a
have
little.
you just have no idea what's going on at all
Well,
in your
it's
household.
not even like I wish this was a video because she is pale as can be with long blonde hair and looks like something out of a scary movie. And when I turn the corner of the kitchen, she's literally face on window like some sort of scary, creepy doll.
I want to reference it back to the ghost baby at your old house, but maybe we should tell that story another time.
Do you know this is really odd that you just said that?
Yeah, why?
Not to get off. I mean, we're totally derailing here.
Yeah,
but
whatever. We always find our way back.
do you know that's the second comment today about the ghost baby?
No, who else made a comment?
This ghost baby has not been spoken about in a year, easily, or longer. I don't live there anymore.
Right.
But today at work, someone said something about this house that's for sale, and it's in $1 million neighborhood, but it's only selling for $300,000. And I said, well, why? Did someone die in it? And the guy said, yeah. And I said, oh, that's cool. I bought a house that had a baby that died in it. And now you said that. This dead baby hasn't been spoken about in a really long time, and he or she has been brought up twice today.
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time going to sleep tonight.
Well, I feel like we should talk about it today now. I can't not talk about it. So
Okay.
let's finish this. And I've got the dead baby story, and I've got one more other thing.
Because that dead baby story could or should, I know you probably don't want to talk about, delve into the realtor story, but that might be a one for another day. All right.
Can I tell you something else?
Yes.
That's the second time the realtor story's been mentioned today, too. Because the realtor story there. I swear to you.
Oh, my God.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I cannot believe this just happened.
Oh, man.
This is we're live, pal. This is good TV.
We're live,
here.
pal.
So finish the story. So anyway, you and just Inferno. He's a former WCW wrestler. He does TNA still, I think. Impact.
He was.
Occasionally, right? He was. Right. He looked like shit.
He has a podcast now.
He has a podcast, Keeping It 100, right?
With Conan. He doesn't even get his name
Conan,
on it.
right?
Yeah.
Right. No. Yeah. He's not even. I've been on there before, and I buried Jackie, and that was a whole other story.
Well, we told that.
I think we've already told it already. Yeah.
We did.
So anyway, Disco Inferno posts on Instagram every time he gets a haircut, and it's an up close, shoulder up picture with his head in a certain direction, and every time he posts it, you comment about his stupid haircut. Shut up, Disco.
Like worst ever. Shut up, Disco, or this.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's every time he gets a haircut.
Get a refund. Shut up, Disco. Whatever.
Right.
But it's like, and like for a while there, it was getting pretty notorious amongst his friends and followers. It was one of the only things he would post. It was like a few food pictures, and this was on, I guess, Instagram, and his haircut pictures, to the point where it was becoming a thing. So when I tagged you in it, I didn't even really think about it. But you saw it immediately, that it looked like a Disco Inferno haircut.
Right. And my comment was, I have it pulled up on my phone right now.
Yeah.
But my comment was, I thought this was a Shut Up Disco post for a second. And I will tell you, I was scrolling, you tagged me, and when I clicked it, the picture was only briefly showed up because it went right to my comment and the picture disappeared. And I thought it was actually a Shut Up Disco Inferno haircut picture. But then I thought about it for a second. I went back and looked, and I was like, oh my God, that's Fat Marco. Commented that, and then you commented, she should cut Disco's hair. And then she commented, what's that supposed to mean, with a little gif. And then my comment was, is this the start of hashtag unfat Marco? Because I thought this was the beginning of him getting back in shape.
You mean like
stop eating? Right.
A little bit of a whole self-improvement thing, including a haircut.
This was the start. But apparently, Empanada Marco...
Listen, I'm walking that tightrope between keeping him fat and not fat shaming him too much, where he ends up being motivated. It's been a real high wire act right now, and I feel like I need some credit and validation for that. So, man, this whole podcast is about Marco. It seems. Let's get away from him. Fuck that guy. Because he's going to talk about this haircut anyways on Saturday.
So, right.
For Monday's
all right, I have two things on my list.
Okay. I bet one of them overlaps with mine.
I'll tell the dead baby story in a minute, but I don't think this is going to overlap with yours.
Okay, go ahead.
So, we always talk about our good friend, the voice of the Breakfast Club, Blake Chadwick, right?
Oh, okay.
He never listens, right?
Yeah.
Right. Do you think he listens to the show?
Not unless he was being paid to.
Right. So, I'm pulling it up right now because I want to read this word for word.
Oh, no.
Yesterday at 10:05 a.m., he texts me and says, absolutely dead for Natalia's mom on the podcast.
So he did listen.
He listened to the podcast.
Oh, no. Does that?
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't affect my comments at all. Going forward, I'm still gonna. I think we're all still gonna take a shot at him occasionally.
He listened.
It's so kind of like a tradition, right?
Right. I started thinking he listened, but he didn't mention me taking a shot at him.
Uh-huh.
So did he listen all the way through? I don't know.
I don't know.
Or is he just no selling it?
Either that, or maybe he inferred that from comments on a Facebook post. I don't know. This is interesting.
Right, right.
Well, Blake, if you're listening, the word of the day is Kobe Bryant. And
all right, let's see if he gets it.
If you say Kobe Bryant to us, we'll know what you're talking about.
Right, we'll know you listen.
Right. You don't
so
have
what,
to
what
admit
did you
it.
have that didn't overlap? Because I'm going to say the dead baby story for the go home.
Okay. Well, I feel like we have done. I mean, listen, I don't want to make fun of a thing where people have died and people have lost their homes, and people are like their lives are forever changed and not for the better. But I feel like we mushed the city of Lake Charles.
I think so.
By planning this TikTok get together / I was starting to call it the Louisiana orgy, and I think I don't know, just us planning to go there sent this hurricane that way, and I had talked to you earlier, and you started to say, I don't even know what happened to the casino we were going to appear at, and I was like, oh, I know, but we're going to save it for the podcast, and you were like, oh my God, so I got home early from work, and I put the news on just to see what was going on. And they were doing there's a lot of topics right now. But they got to the hurricane stuff, and they mentioned Lake Charles. And then they mention our specific casino, I forget, Isle something or whatever.
Right.
And they go that because I guess, like for gambling to be legal, it's kind of like it has to be on the water. It can't be on the land. So it's like on some kind of barge-like situation. They said that the barge had detached from the land and it had drifted over and the building was wedged under one of the bridges.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So there's no hotel anymore?
I don't know. Well, that might be the casino. The hotel may be on land. I don't know how it works.
No, it's in the same building.
Are you sure?
100% because, I didn't see about that, but I saw the Golden Nugget in Lake Charles has no roof anymore. The roof is gone.
Right. I think the gambling portion has to be on water.
I
think the hotel.
No. I'll tell you why. Biloxi, Mississippi.
Different state. Different state, different laws. Different state, different laws.
You've never been to New Orleans, right?
No. I don't know.
New Orleans.
I don't know. We've
never been to New Orleans.
You know what?
No.
This is
New
perfect because we never fact check. Yeah, but I don't. All right, whatever. All I'm saying
I'm looking it up now.
Okay, well, all right. I was gonna say I don't really pride myself on fact checking on this. It's more fun to.
Where are we going?
I don't know. This is your deal with.
I mean, not for nothing. They have a giant thing. Isle of Capri Casino Hotel Lake Charles is temporarily closed.
Yeah.
It's closed.
Yeah. Well, it would be
gone.
It would be anyways while a hurricane's blowing through there. You would think. From what they said that the Isle of Capri Casino had floated off and was now wedged under a bridge.
This is insane.
Yeah. So
I'm looking. The casino is in the hotel. It's all one piece, my friend.
So this was a big operation that was kind of just floating there, and it unmoored from its, land, attachment, and is now.
So now what do we do?
Well, we got to have it somewhere else. I don't think Lake Charles is an option for the next year or two. I mean, you floated Vegas for a lot of reasons, and I'm okay with that. You're gonna have
here it is. I'm pulling it up.
You're gonna have to talk to your partners about where we.
Isle of Capri Casino, Lake Charles, wrecked by hurricane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Severely damaged. I'm gonna cancel this.
What?
We may have to change this.
Your reservation?
Are we going to Vegas? Or are we going to?
Listen, you got to talk with your partners about that. I didn't plan this trip. You got to figure that out. I'm okay with Vegas. I think Vegas would be a good time. We got listen, we told a lot of Howard Brody stories lately. I mean, the man lives in Vegas. We can go harass.
Right, and disco.
I was gonna say we can go harass him. We can go.
Hold the fuck up.
What?
Hold the fuck up.
What?
if we go to Vegas,
Mhm.
your bet, you're
Oh,
paying up
no.
with Disco Inferno, baby. You are paying up, standing next to this man wearing his shirt, telling the world how awesome he is.
That
It's happening.
was not part of the agreement.
No. This is happening.
That
You are
was
paying up with your arm around him, telling him how beautiful his haircut looks,
oh
and that he's
my
the
god.
best wrestler in history.
Okay, here. Hold on one second. I am laughing at the fact that you are now planning a get together with two other TikTok people who are bringing their own audiences and kind of have a vote in the thing. You're basing it all on our bet and my punishment.
Yeah, 100%. No doubt. This is happening.
Oh my God! Listen, this is not part of the arrangement. This was not part of the deal
No,
to have
I
the
mean,
man.
what? Yes.
I gotta.
Listen.
Bad enough I'm emasculating myself. I gotta do it in front of the guy.
You didn't read the fine print.
Oh God!
Hard subject to change.
Oh my God! How dare you? Oh, this.
Not only do you get to do that in front of him, we get Howard Brody live and in person on a podcast telling stories about his days in the NWA, and then his version of Fruitgate and his version of driving in Vegas the wrong way for an hour.
Listen, if people need a cure for their insomnia, we'll put Howard Brody on for an hour. We're
not even going to tell him the podcast exists.
This is so. First of all, this new like twist is soul crushing. Right. Like I have so much heat with this hurricane now because.
Well, listen, when
I'm
we're
gonna
off
have
this,
to.
I'm getting on the horn with Jessica Jane and Real Mark James, and I'm calling an audible. I'm Tom Brady. I'm at the line right now. I'm checking down.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure I can make it to Vegas now.
Listen,
I'm not sure I can get the time off of work.
Here we come, Vegas.
Oh, you're killing
me. Now let's. I think we should end it with the dead baby story. Now that I've like wet the palate of everyone, I feel like it's time to tell my California story.
Okay.
We'll end it with this. So, I moved to California a couple of years ago, and I had never been to the area before. Outside of Sacramento, a town called Roseville, Rockland. So I went, and my company gave me a week to find a house or so, and I couldn't find one. I'm looking. I couldn't find houses. I met a very nice realtor, and she took me all over to look at these houses, and I just could not find a house to buy. I didn't know what area I wanted to live in. I couldn't figure it out. So after being there for a week, I get on a plane home back to South Carolina where I was living, and I get a phone call from her, and she's like, "Hey, it's a FaceTime." And she says, "This house just came on the market today. I'm going to show it to you on FaceTime, but you've got to make a decision today." Because houses at that time were selling in California. Literally, it'd be on the market for a day and gone. There was bidding wars. There was all kinds of shit.
Now people are fleeing the state.
Right. So she's showing me on the FaceTime the house, and she's like, "I'm telling you," I trusted her because, we had a good little bond, when I met her there. It was just, we hit it off, and that's a story for another day. But she shows me the house, and she's like, "I'm telling you, every house has a basketball hoop. This is the neighborhood. I'm telling you, this is where you want to live. It's a good school system, blah, blah, blah." Cool. I make an offer on this house without ever seeing the house in person. Well, a day or two go by, and I'm like, "This is my new house." Cool. It was 4 bedrooms. It was split. Like, the kitchen was like above like the living room, so like you could stand at this balcony basically and watch the TV. It was cool. So anyway, she calls me one day and she's like, "We got a problem." I'm like, somebody outbid me. They don't want to sell the house. I didn't get approved. I don't know. Something happened. She says, "No, they have to disclose in the state of California there was a death in the house." I was like, "Oh." She's like, "Their baby died in the house." I remember this like it was yesterday. No. I'm like, no way. I'm not living in a house with a dead baby. It ain't happening.
Well, the dead baby's not still there. I mean,
well, it doesn't matter. I was like, no, there's no way. There's a ghost. There's a demon. I don't know. I'm not living in this house. Find me another house. And she's like, "You're being an idiot. You're being an idiot." And she's like, "Don't make a rash decision. think about it. And I'm literally pacing around my house in South Carolina going, there's a dead baby in the house. There's a dead baby. We cannot. And the kids are like, we're not living in a house with a dead baby.
You told the kids.
Right. And they're like, why would you do that? And I'm like, I can't do it. I called my dad. My dad's like, oh, it's not like the baby's still there.
Right.
And I was like, well, I don't know. There's a suspicious little grave out in the back left side of the backyard. I'm like, there's something buried there. I was loose. I was making shit up. I don't even know. My dad's like, you're an idiot. Take the house. It's a good deal. So I think about it. I said, you know what? I'm going to buy this house. But I get a letter from the owners of the property. And it's a letter directed at me that they want me to buy the house. I probably still have the letter somewhere. They want me to buy the house. And they explained what happened. The baby was, because I thought it was the baby murdered. If the baby's murdered, I don't want to live in the house. The baby's suffocated. I don't want to live in that. Like, if it was a bad death, I would be, and the letter says the baby they knew the baby was going to die. And instead of aborting it, they decided to have the birth. And 2 weeks later, the baby passed away from birth defects. So I was like, okay, it's not that bad. And I read this letter on how, and I sent them a picture of like me and the kids because they had other bids. And at that time, I mean, it was so hot, the real estate there. Like I sent a letter to them, basically begging them to choose me, right? Even though I was still unsure about it. And I sent a picture of me and the kids. It was a nice picture in Rockefeller Center in New York.
Uh-huh.
They send me a letter back that like they feel that I'm the one who needs to live in that house. And like basically saying like their dead baby would be an angel and watch over us. And like they feel like when they saw my picture, my letter, like it was almost like the baby led them to say, these are the people that should live in the house.
Oh my God, Jesus.
So now I'm like, this dead baby's choosing me. This is unfucking believable. But at the top was a picture of like this. It wasn't their dead baby. It was like a picture of like this angel baby. Like they put it on top of the thing, like, and I was like, "This is so fucking creepy."
That's bizarre.
But
that's bizarre.
Everybody talked me into it. You got to buy this house.
I think we were part of. I think we all told you to do it too. But
I told you. I reached out to you guys right away.
Listen, I just wanted to hear dead baby ghost stories. That's all I wanted. That's why I was.
The first couple nights, I slept in the house, no furniture, by myself, with a sleeping bag and a pillow that the realtor let me borrow. Every sound in that house that night, I was like, "This is it. The dead baby's coming to get me." Like nobody's even going to find me tomorrow. They're going to be like, "What happened to him?" I want to be in the attic with the dead baby corpse, and something was going to go wrong.
Oh,
but I heard that night, those first 2 nights, everything that made a noise. I was like, "That's it. That's the dead baby." Like I'm so fucked. I bought this house for $400,000 plus, and this baby's going to like haunt my family forever. But I'll tell you, I lived there for almost 2 years, and the baby really never fucked with me. So I think the baby liked me.
Was that never
the baby
really?
chose me.
Did you ever hear like baby sounds in that house?
Those first 2 nights, there were sounds because there was nothing in the house. It was literally an empty house with me in a sleeping bag and one little tiny ass pillow. I heard shit that like it could have been a baby, it could have not been a baby. I don't know.
Oh my God.
The best part about all of this is I was curious well, which room did the baby die in? Because I thought it was the room that I put Lex in. And I was like, good, Lex, you can get the dead baby room. It wasn't. It was the master bedroom that I slept in. So this dead baby, I really believe chose me to live at this house and watched over me.
Oh. I think that, yeah, you had to tell yourself that to get through it.
I did, 100%. Yeah. And then I sold the house to move here. And first thing I said to the realtor is, do I have to disclose the dead baby that's not mine? And they're like, no, you don't, because the law, whatever, I didn't have to. And I was like, whew.
I guess so, it just like once it changes hands more than once or something? I don't know.
Right. Well, I mean, not my dead baby.
Yeah.
And they were a nice little Asian family. So it was a dead Asian baby.
Oh, okay. Does that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I do know that like they do have a big like ghost
they're very spiritual.
mythology and spiritual
Right,
stuff.
right.
And
So it was interesting. But the dead baby took care of us. It was a good house. I made money off of it, and now I'm here in Georgia where I don't have dead babies, but I got deer in the backyard that taunt my dog all day.
oh, really?
Oh, the deer comes to the window and like the dog goes nuts and the deer just stares at it, bacon. but yeah, it was the dead baby. I mean, I can say that I lived in a house with a dead baby. I think that's a pretty good story.
I have a feeling that in the history of this podcast, however many years we go, the phrase "dead baby" will never be uttered as many times combined as it was in this podcast.
Right.
So,
and I don't even know who listens to this podcast, but the realtor story, she's a very nice lady. That's all I've got to say.
we'll bring that one up another time. We'll revisit that.
Right. Yeah.
You got anything else?
After I make sure she doesn't listen to it.
Yeah, well, the facts are the facts. You got any other anything else on your list?
I don't. It's what time is it here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice 5 p.m. I think I can get a workout in. I had to get that in
Get
there
a
too, by the
workout
way.
in. Yeah, I knew it was coming, and I should have shut it off sooner. All right, bud.
All right.
And
Well, hey, we'll update everybody on the Lake Charles situation next week, hopefully.
right, and just one more for the road. Dead baby.
Yeah, baby.